Hello, class. SEC 352. Leanne, I'd like to welcome you guys to my PowerPoint presentation via Screencast-O-Matic. I chose to read the article about the Gay Straight Alliance, which is a club that is in schools across America. And for this specific article, was examined through Mayfair Middle and High School. It's on the West Coast. So let's get into it. So, what does this guy, James, who is the author, want us to know? So the main purpose of this article is to basically inform the reader about the Gay Straight Alliance clubs that were in the Mayfair schools. Basically, these clubs wanted to create safe environments for schools to make students feel comfortable with each other and to learn about homophobia, transphobia, and some other oppressions. And they also wanted to educate the school community about homophobia, transphobia, gender identity, and sexual orientation issues. And they wanted to fight against discrimination, harassment, and violence in schools. So basically, James, the author, wanted to tell us about these clubs and let us know what's going on in these schools with the Gay Straight Alliance clubs. So, the key question, which I have inserted a cartoon key to add a little character to my PowerPoint. Basically, James, the author, wants us to know what the impact, what kind of impact the club is having on students in these specific schools. So basically, the key question in this article is, how is the Gay Straight Alliance club affecting Mayfair schools? And so where did he get his important info? He gathered quotes from various students in the school, asking them questions, how they felt about the club and how it made them feel in school and how comfortable they felt with it or how uncomfortable they felt with it. And he gathered a lot of stats about gay students, which he gathered from observations that align with the 2009 National School Climate Survey, or abbreviated GLSEN. And basically, some stats that he found is that 85% of students report being verbally harassed, and 62% of students do not report these harassments to school staff because they fear that reporting these harassments will make their problem worse. Basically, what they're saying is, if they think they tell kids that they're being bullied, or if they tell authorities they're being bullied, that will just make the bullying worse. And also, LGBT, which is abbreviated for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual teens, are 4 times more likely to report having skipped at least one day of school just because they felt like they were going to be bullied. So these kids stayed home because they thought they were going to be bullied in school for their orientation. So that is the info that he has gathered. So, really the main inferences and conclusions in this article is that gay, lesbian, when I say gay, I'm saying gay, lesbian, or transvestite students will feel more comfortable if they have a club they can join, if they can have somewhere they can feel like they're a part of something, where they can fit in, where they can just feel normal. These clubs really make kids feel like they're going to belong and be part of a positive environment in their school, and it just really gives them somewhere where they can be and, like I said, feel a part of something. So that's the main conclusion that I feel like this author is coming to. And some concepts that we need to understand. These clubs, when it gets down to it, these clubs just raise awareness within school districts across America. These clubs, according to the author, will raise awareness of students, raise the awareness of gay students, lesbian students, and so straight students will maybe feel a little bit more sympathetic towards these students and refrain from using hateful slurs, mean gestures, pretty much just bullying these students. And so a concept that we understand in this article is that if a gay student joins this club, he will feel comfortable, and he will, and other students will refrain from using mean slurs, basically. So, could this be questioned? My answer is yes. Not all students, not all gay students in America are bullied. There are probably several gay students in America who feel comfortable in their schools without these groups, without these clubs. They can go to school every day. They can wake up comfortable and confident to go to school and not have to worry about being bullied, because simply some places in America are more accepting of gay and lesbian students than others. If a kid in Sacramento, California was gay and walked into class, it'd be a lot different than if somebody in the Bible Belt in Kentucky walked into class gay when everyone else is a Christian in the classroom. Also, the data that he's collected might not be 100%. He might not be asking the right people the right questions. Just because he asked these people questions and just because they answered it does not mean it's 100% correct. There are billions of people in the world. That means there are billions of different opinions, ideas, and theories that go towards these ideas that can make them false or true, or vice versa. And the students who are interviewed could obviously have biased opinions. So the students he interviewed, or at least the students he interviews that he documented, could be a lot more biased towards this group than a student who might be against it. So what I'm saying is he probably wouldn't include an interview where he interviewed a student who was completely against this club, because it would make it look bad. So that is that's all right. So what exactly is implicated? What's the consequence of not abiding by these implications? If we abide by these implications, it would mean that we would instill gay straight alliance clubs across schools in America, across school districts in America, and it would change the lives of gay students in America by creating a more comfortable environment in their school systems. If we don't abide by these rules, if we fail to take his line of reasoning seriously, then gay students will continue to be ridiculed and tormented and also be bullied. So whose eyes are we looking through exactly? What information did we learn from? Whose information did we learn from? Mainly the students who he interviewed, or at least the students who he documented interviewing, were students who were involved in GSA, or the Gay Straight Alliance. Also, teachers who support the club, one teacher in particular who supported the club and was all about the club. And but what about others? Why wasn't anyone else interviewed? Mainly that goes back to let's go back here. That goes back to why this could be questioned. Other students who aren't involved in GSA weren't ever questioned about this topic, so they could feel uncomfortable talking about it. Say a strong Christian with strong morals based on his religion could feel really uncomfortable talking about a club that accepted homosexuality, which is against Christianity. So that viewpoint wasn't seen in this article, or other people who may be against this club. And so that was my article analysis. I hope I answered all the questions correctly. And yeah, that's all. Thank you.